Hello everybody, welcome to episode 6 of Daily Frame. Today we're going to be taking this guy, Nekros Prime, through a 20-minute Derelict survival to try and get the last component I need for Octavia. Let's check out our foundry and see what we've got to pick up. We've got Helios Prime to pick up, we've got a Comb to pick up, which I don't have any slots for, so we won't pick that up right now. I've got an Orkin Derelict Survival Key, got a Mutagen Mask to pick up. Let's start another key, so I can do another one later. And let's start another... Mutagen Mask? I don't have a blueprint right now. Oh, okay. I'll have to pick it up in a little bit. Let's take a look at what we'll be playing with today, which is our Nekros Prime. If we take a look at our upgrades, this is how I have my Nekros Prime built right now. I don't really know how to build Nekros, but this works. So that's all I really care about. And we're just going to be maiming, strike, skoliaking all through the 20-minute survival. It's okay. It's okay. So let's head on in there and hopefully find something to talk about for the next 20 minutes. I like my scimitar ship. It's much better than the default. So, just some info. I've been spending the past couple weeks just casually trying to get the Octavia components. I did this a couple times in the past week, just not in succession. As well as doing the caches on Lua and finding the coral room on Lua. So I was doing those casually for the past couple weeks, and I finally got the caches. I think it was the systems or the... chassis that drops from it, and then I got the other one from the coral room, which was awesome. So now I have both of those. So last night I sat down for about 5 hours, doing this 20-minute survival over and over, to get the Octavia Neuroptics. And I was determined to do it last night before I went to bed, and I stayed up till about 2:30 trying to do it, and still didn't get it. So I'm gonna just try again today. I really wanted to get Octavia started last night, but it's not gonna happen. So today we get to start doing it again. And hopefully I can just get the Neuroptics. It's the most common drop from this loot table for 20-minute Derelict survival. It has a 22% drop chance versus everything else, which has an 11% drop chance. I've gotten 3 of one of the 11% drop chance things, and 0 Neuroptics. 5 hours of this is roughly 15 runs. I've probably done in total almost 20 runs, just not consecutively. But that's okay. We will... Oh, I don't have the spoil on, or desecrate on. That's why we're running low on life support. It's okay. Life support will be gotten once we've got desecrate on. I can get through 20-minute Derelict survival without having to pop one of these big life supports ever. That's fine. I don't like this room. The infested tend to get stuck on this little branch here. So I'm gonna go to a different room, hopefully, that I can stick in for a little bit. I don't like this room either. This hallway is fine if enemies actually end up coming to me. If not, then yeah, figure it out. Generally, just want to find an area you can hang out in where enemies don't have a lot of other places to go in the room. This hallway works pretty well most of the time. Sometimes enemies will get stuck in between these rooms. So you kind of do this, but it's okay. Once they start coming from both sides, it'll pick up a bit. And yeah, you've seen what I do for the next about 20 minutes already. Just maiming strike constantly. I'm using Nekros because he's a relatively tanky frame with 1100, with the way I have him built, 1100 shields and 780 armor, health. Low armor, but that's okay. His Desecrate, I have the Spoil Augment on, which means it costs health, but enemies drop health constantly. So, with Maiming Strike, I don't even have to try to survive. Everything dies in one hit anyway, and then... Yeah, I'm just looking at not getting one hit, which with a combined total of 1800 health, before level 20, it doesn't really happen that I get one hit. I tried to stay till 40 once, and I stayed till 40, but that was tough. And it's just really, there's no reason to stay till 40 compared to stay till 20, leave, and stay till 20 again. There's almost no benefit to that. Actually, there is no benefit to that. I don't think. Yeah. See, we're at 100% life support, and all we had to do is kill some enemies. Desecrate, if you don't know, Nekros' third ability. It consumes the bodies around Nekros, and forces them to drop... it gives them another chance to drop items. This is particularly effective with a slashing weapon, like the Skoliak, because if they die and get cut in half, it actually counts as 2 bodies for a Desecrate, which means one enemy can give you 3 drops, 4 drops sometimes, which is pretty handy. Nekros is generally who I play for survival for this reason. Just not having to worry about the life support containers, just being able to pick a spot to hunker down is pretty handy. Yeah.
Another life support capsule is now available.
Another life support capsule that I don't care about. I would like enemies, please, so I don't lose my combo counter. That's the only thing that's really worrying, is that if I lose my combo counter, I might have a chance of dying. Not at sub 5 minutes, but maybe after 10. Because if I can't one-hit a group of enemies, then I have a chance at dying. If I get grabbed and pulled and, you know. Because Skoliak doesn't have guaranteed red crits until you get to 1.5 times combo multiplier with Blood Rush. And which means it's not guaranteed kills until you get a 1.5 combo multiplier with Blood Rush. Honestly, this mission has become so dull and mundane to me that I just am so bored by it. I wish I could have fun doing this. Maybe if I could drag some friends and make them do it with me, that'd be a little more fun. I've tried doing this other Warframes. My Ember build was capable of finishing it, handling the 20-minute run, but it was a lot of work compared to this. This is really easy. And it was for sure less boring playing as Ember, but not as simple, and I actually stood a chance of failing the mission, because my Ember build's really squishy, and ended up getting one hit a few times. Let me use my combo counter. There's no enemies. There we go. Okay, good. Hey, an Oberon Neuroptics. That's the wrong Neuroptics game. Yeah. So, another Warframe I fought for recently, Harrow, he has his Neuroptics on the C rotation of Defection, which is another pretty lengthy mission. Defection, the C rotation on Defection requires you to bring 8 squads, recover 8 squads, I believe. It's 2 and then 4 for A, and then 6 for B, then yeah, 8 for C. And with another 22% chance. And thankfully, I got that on my first try, because I think Defection is way more annoying to farm than this is. However, that has screwed me, because of my luck there, I'm having the worst luck here. I have a just under 1 in 5 and just over 1 in 6 chance to get this to drop, and I've done it almost 20 times and no drops. Which is a shame. It's a real shame. I also had a lot of trouble getting the Coral Room to show up until I actually had the chassis from it, and then once I had the chassis from it, it showed up every other time I went to get caches to try and get the systems. That's just my luck. At least it drops Forma. that's the saving grace of that room. It drops Forma. once you have the Octavia chassis. So I'm not complaining. I should have equipped Helios Prime for this to get some experience, but that's okay. I'll debut Helios Prime tomorrow with some levels and some mods on it. I legitimately just didn't want to spend a few minutes modding Helios Prime before going in here, because this is going to be a long enough video as it is with a guaranteed 20-minute length mission. But yeah. Derelict survival is so boring. At least with the maiming strike Skoliak build. Which, by the way, I don't know if I've mentioned, I didn't purchase maiming strike. I'm not that crazy. I got it as a drop from the Acolyte event. And I was going to sell it. And if I got two, I was definitely going to sell. But I only got one, and I like to have one of everything, and I like to have options. And while this is a boring build, it's really strong. And definitely gets me through some content like this.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
I just saw a funny message. I shouldn't have looked at it while I'm playing, but my friend asked me, since my one leg is crippled at the moment, are my other limbs super strong, like Daredevil's other senses? And I'm just... Oh, that's hilarious. The answer is yes, though. My arms and other leg have definitely picked up some slack, having to be on crutches all the time.
The longer you fight, the more successful.
We're halfway through the mission. That's pretty awesome. Isn't this the most thrilling thing? Wouldn't you love spending 5 hours doing this? I mean, I guess on the upside, I did spend a lot of those 5 hours either talking to friends or watching television or Netflix. Which, you know, multitasking is beneficial. I got through a lot of shows that I just wouldn't have gotten through had I not had something to sit my face in front of. That's generally what I do when I play Warframe, and I'm grinding for things. I just watch other things while grinding, and it makes the grinding experience way more fun. Because I can... Wow, I'm just getting stuck. I'm gonna lose my combo counter. Which we're up to 3.5, which is pretty nice. Four times, I think, is at like 1200, if I remember correctly. I might be thinking of 4.5 and there's a stage in between, but I'm pretty sure it's 3.5 and do it like 1200 combo. Which, the closest I've gotten is I've gotten over 1000 combo. That is the highest I've gotten. Specifically doing this, maiming strike on Skoliak on this map. So the build for Skoliak I have, I might as well explain it. I'm currently using maiming strike, which is a plus 90% crit chance on slide attacks. It's additive, not multiplicative like most crit chances. I'm using Blood Rush, which gives you a multiplicative 135% on combo counter, which means at 1.5 times you're getting, you know, that's why you are guaranteed red crits after 1.5 times combo multiplier, as well as Drifting Contact, which gives me plus 10 seconds to my combo counter decay, Reach, which just makes the whip longer, which means the slide attacks just take up more area and kill more things, Prime Pressure Point, because it's Prime Pressure Point, and Prime Fever Strike, because it just is the highest damage I can add in one slot. I'm trying to think of any other mods I have on there. Berserker as well, which you can see the additive 75% attack speed in the top right hand corner. I think I go with Fury instead of Berserker, but I like Berserker. Just the way it functions, especially on a crit-based weapon. There's really no reason not to use it. You start off slower for about 3 seconds, but since you're critting on every hit with Maiming Strike, you're again guaranteed to get that 75% attack speed bonus, which is faster by far than Fury's static 30%. I know Prime Fury is probably a contender I don't remember if Prime Fury is a thing. I honestly forget what has a Prime variation or not. I was surprised to find out Serration doesn't have a Prime version. You just have Serration. Maybe I'm not getting Lunar Optics because they're punishing me for using Maiming Strike. I feel like you have Maiming Strike, you don't need other drops ever again. To show off Nekros' other abilities while we're here, one is Soul Punch, it pushes enemies away from you. Does okay damage, I guess. If I built for strength, it probably would do more, but I've built for efficiency and range. So, I don't. Terrify, which makes enemies run away from you for like 10 seconds. Not useful with this build, for sure. Definitely don't want enemies running away from me. I want them running towards me. And then his fourth ability is Shadows of the Dead, where you summon dead guys that you've killed are ready to fight for you. While I think this ability is cool thematically, and probably pretty powerful if you actually use it, I've built for efficiency and range, and my jump stat that I didn't put any... I have actually negative is duration, so it just doesn't... It only lasts about 10 seconds. I know you can make it last like 40 or 50 seconds, maybe a minute, depending on how you use your efficiency and duration, but I don't have that, so it's pretty weak. And I honestly think it's an annoying ability. I think it is legitimately annoying to use, because I have trouble telling what are mine and what are actually enemies. And I think it's annoying to play within a group and other people use it, because again, I find it hard to determine whether it's a friendly re-summoned enemy unit or if it's actually an enemy. So I'll spend time shooting at her or trying to melee some things, and I realize we have Nekros, and you know. It's fine. Only 5 more minutes left to go in this run, thankfully. We are almost there. Almost to another Axie E2 relic. Let's see if I get another one. That'll be 4 of that 1 relic drop. Which are only 11% drop chances, so, I mean... by probability's sake, I should have the Octavian or Optics by now. Should only have taken me, at most, 10 tries, but 21. This is 21. Is just not fun. I swear that this game's RNG hates me. It really does. Except for when it gave me the hair and the optics. But I think it's punishing me for that. The thing that frustrates me is that the amount of time I spent farming for this last night, I probably could have just made the platinum to outright buy Octavia. Which is the reality of the situation. You have to realize that eventually, you just are losing out on time efficiency, because you could just be doing better things with your time. You know, 5 hours of farming is a decent amount of platinum, if I can get things to sell. Which I probably could have. Yesterday I farmed up an entire Nekros Prime to sell, which was helpful. And that only took me 3 to 4 hours. I could buy an Octavia for a whole Nekros Prime set, probably. I sold my Nekros Prime for that set for 300 plat. Essentially sold it for 300 plat. My friend gave me 300 plat out of nowhere, and I was annoyed, so I farmed up Nekros Prime for him and gave it to him. So it's probably... I mean, I see it selling for anywhere from 150 to 300, depending on the day. So I probably could have sold it for 300 if I was patient and found the right person. But yeah, we have... you know, just a couple more minutes. How are you guys doing? You guys relaxing? You guys chilling? Watching Nekros do his Stoliac thing? The Ancient Eximuses are one of the toughest parts of this. Sometimes they actually take multiple maiming strike hits. Like that one took 2. Crazy, right? 2 hits to kill something? That's insane. Who wants to kill something in 2 hits? Why not kill something in 1 hit? Yeah, once you get close to 20 minutes, things stop being a 1-hit kill. Just mostly the Eximus Ancients, and then if there's other enemies around the Eximus Ancients, those will take 2 hits. Or if you have just a big stack of Ancients, that can take a couple hits, just because they all buff each other. We're at 19 minutes though. We are almost to 20. Yeah. 4 times combo counter is at 1200. I know for a fact now because I'm at 826 and I'm still at 3.5. That's okay. If I was going further, I could definitely hit that, but since we're stopping at 20 minutes, I don't think we're gonna even break 1,000. Sometimes enemy density is higher. Sometimes you just run into more things. That's the reality of the situation. I think if I got really enemy dense on accident, I could probably get to 1200 in 20 minutes, but yeah, probably not right now. 10 more seconds until we are done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Axie 01 Relic. No Octavian or Optics. That's okay. We will get to Extraction. Probably should have started moving to Extraction, but I was having fun in that hallway. Get to Extraction and head off for the day. Hope you enjoyed 20 minutes of Maiming Strike. That's gotta be fun to watch. I know I enjoy it. Lasers, I don't care about lasers. Oh, maybe I care about lasers. Whoops. Yeah, I probably should have brought things that I wanted to level, but I just don't. I forget to. But, I mean, it's like almost 400k affinity. I also could probably bring a lens on Nekros or the Skoliak and actually make some focus, but again, don't care. I mean, I care, I just don't have lenses right now, and I don't want to get lenses, and that's a lot of work. Well, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys are having a good New Year so far. And I hope that you guys continue to be awesome. I'll see you guys later.